Hey, what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? So glad you're able to join me on this Airbnb Blueprint webinar. I'm so excited to be presenting this to you guys. It's going to be an awesome call. We're going to go over some great gems in the short-term rental business to show you guys if you have units, if you're just starting. I got a lot of great tips for you guys as to how to get into this business and scale and be successful with it. That's going to be the most important thing there, right? Is to be successful in any new thing that you do. So I'm hoping this helps you, create new income, find those units wherever you want to operate. I'm going to show you how to do it remotely, things like that. So while we get started, do this for me. Let me know where some of you guys are from. Drop in the chat for me where you're from. I like to know where the people are coming from. Sometimes I do examples on certain areas. So let me see where you're from. Okay, yeah, I see a few people. All right, Houston. It's gonna be a lot of Houston, New York. I'm expecting some. There's some New Yorkers. Yep. Virginia. All right, nice. Tennessee. That's a great area. Atlanta. Exactly where I'm at now. Cool. Okay, I appreciate y'all dropping that in the chat. Nice. So you're all are definitely in great areas. I know you guys hear a lot of times, Airbnb is saturated, especially in Houston, but there's still opportunity no matter where you live. Just remember that, and hopefully I can open your eyes as to where that opportunity is. So just stay tuned. We're gonna get into it. Definitely get into that. So this is kind of what we'll cover in this webinar. Just a little breakdown of how it's going to go, what you can expect. First, I want to thank a lot of you guys who grabbed the workbook, as you can see right there on the right. Definitely grab that workbook, take it out, take some notes. There's a lot of great information in that workbook, and it's going to kind of tie into some of the things I'm gonna go over and give you some great tips, some great resources to walk away with, and it's going to help you tremendously on your short-term rental journey. So definitely appreciate you guys grabbing that workbook. All right. So I always like to start off with some great news, some great testimonials, some encouragement. If you say generate 10,000 plus by starting your Airbnb business, right? So this is going to be the biggest thing is, this is the possibility for you guys. This is the first few months of me starting this year. This Airbnb listing, this profile only has 8 listings on it, right? So with these 8 listings, we've been able to generate over 10K, right? And this is possible for all of you guys, anybody. Right? As long as you learn the tools, have the right information, know how to prevent refunds and people canceling things like that, and drive revenue, you can do numbers like these, right? Not just you, not like how I did, but like one of the mentees did. My guy chat with here, he also was able to do it. Make his first 10K month, right? If you see these right here, he did over 10K, right? 3 months in a row, he did over 10K. So it's definitely possible. This was only a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, very simplistic, and he was able to make it happen. So definitely congrats to him. So, all right. So the world's wealthiest people understand 2 things, right? And what's that? That's going to be own nothing and control everything. And I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but we're talking about real estate, right? We're talking about rental arbitrage, right? And what rental arbitrage is, most of the times, all of my units are apartment complexes. We lease a unit in our business name the right way, and then we turn around and we put it on a third party booking platform, Airbnb, VRBO, booking.com, things like that, right? So we don't have to own any of these properties. We don't have to go out and get a loan or anything like that to purchase. But we actually rent these out, right? We'll lease them for a year, and then we'll turn around and lease them out and rent them out. So if you look at this chart here, a lot of you guys remember this then versus now. Back in the day, we used to go to banks. We have checkbooks, we writing checks, we go in the bank to withdraw cash, to send money. Now, this day and age, we can actually send it different ways now, electronically. Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. right? If you're doing direct bookings, a lot of times, we love Zelle payments because we don't have to worry about chargebacks. We don't have to worry about them disputing the charge or anything like that. So as long as you got the proper paperwork, then you can take payments that way. And then these other ones are, we used to take taxis and now we got Uber and Turo, and these are additional incentives and features we can add to our listing to make us look more attractive, right? We can put these type of things in our guidebook. For example, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, just to give them the phone number and the link to the apps to where they can order food in. And then most of our units have smart TVs, so we're able to bring the movies to them. They don't have to go out to the theaters like we used to. Everything's online, everything's digital now. So definitely had to show you that we're moving into a digital age now, right? So how to become rich? Residual income creates happiness, right? And that's just an acronym that I want you guys to, this is a goal to strive for. We want residual income. We want passive income if we can. Once you get to a certain amount of units, you hire the right team, you train them right. This can become passive. A lot of people don't think, being in a short-term rental business can become passive, but it definitely can. So this is just a little bit more encouragement for you guys. So why Airbnb? I get this question a whole lot, right? Why Airbnb? The reason why they're the number one in hospitality, in the hospitality industry, and they're worth more than Marriott and Hilton. So that should tell you something. I always encourage a lot of people I talk to, mentees, everybody, to start on Airbnb. The reason why is it's going to allow you to get more exposure, right? It's going to put your listing in front of way more people, and they're marketing your unit for you, right? They're getting people into those beds, which is going to be very important. The biggest mistake you can make is starting on some of the other booking platforms like Booking.com or Expedia. They don't give you as much coverage as Airbnb does. They don't do these listings and protect you with, like, they have air cover for the insurance. They don't offer you those type of things. You have to cover yourself. So the easiest way to get started is to start on this type of booking platform, right? So what is Airbnb? For you guys that don't know, believe it or not, there's some people that haven't heard it before, but it's an online platform that allows everyday people like you and me to make money hosting guests in a house or a room. You can also host condos, yachts, castles, tree houses. If you go to Airbnb, you see all kind of listing, and they operate everywhere, right, in over 190 countries. Right. So if you guys follow me on IG, that's my IG right there. I drop a lot of extra additional information, a lot of very cool tips about, if you're I'm looking at container homes now. I've been posting a lot of container homes, just showing you different cool ideas to host experience stays. Right. And this is what Airbnb promotes the most on their platform is unique stays, unique houses, places where people can have a crazy experience at. So definitely follow me there. You'll see a lot of additional tips that I can help you with. All right. So who is this right for? This is right for someone that wants to supplement their income, possibly trying to leave their 9 to 5. If you're a current homeowner, you're looking for, time freedom. You want to buy some of your time back where you're not spending 24/7 just working. If you're a current host and you're looking to scale, I always tell people scale, scale, scale. That's like the most important thing, because the more units you have, the easier this business gets, because now you make a little bit more income, right? You make a little bit more income to pay the people to take over the things that you're currently doing, right? And it's for someone that's looking to start with no money or no credit. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's definitely possible. I can show you many ways on how you can get into this business without money or credit. And OPM is the name of the game, other people's money, and there's so many ways to do it. All right. So quick question, drop in the chat for me if you're currently paying a rent or a mortgage. All right. So if you're paying rent, drop rent in the chat. If you're paying a mortgage, drop mortgage in the chat. I just want to get a gauge for how many of you guys are on one side or the other, right? Because this next slide is going to be geared towards you all, and how you view, real estate in general. Okay, cool. I see we got more renters than more people that pay mortgages, which is traditional. A lot of people start off renting than they buy, but it's quite a few people on this call now, and we got more renters than people that pay mortgages. It's cool. All right, so this is what we're looking at. This is how most people view real estate. This is how they look at it. I want to invest in real estate. They take out a loan, $300,000 house, the mortgage $1,800 a month, right? Then they rent it to a long-term tenant for $2,300 a month, and they walk away with about $500 profit. And then of course they got expenses or whatnot, but they don't make a lot of money. They're looking to buy it and hold it and hope it, the equity goes up and over the amount of years. But for us that's here on this call today, this is how we should look at real estate, right? This is how we look at real estate and how everyone should look at real estate. We get the same home, right? We rent the same place from somebody, $2,300 a month. We listed on Airbnb for $250 a night, booked at 20 nights. What's that? That's 5,000 monthly revenue. So you're looking at 2,500 monthly profit. So instead of making 500 a month with a long-term tenant, we do this business here, short-term rental business, right? 2,500 a month, listing it on these booking platforms. So now we're making real money. 2 units, 5,000 a month. 4 units, 10K a month, right? That's gross. Now we're grossing, about 120K a year. And this is just the nightly rate. This is not even talking about the additional income we can make from, add-ons, early check-in, late checkout, our cleaning fee. We make money on the cleaning fee. Most people look at it as an expense, but they charge me 100 for cleaning. I charge 150 to my guests. So I make $50 per cleaning. So that's not even including that income. So this is definitely a way to get into a business where you can add an additional 6 figures a year, right? So imagine doubling that. It's crazy. We're talking 8 units. I'm currently sitting at 11 units. So, the income's pretty well, and I'm turning it into a nice little business. So remember that. So tell me this. Do you guys want to know how to get the owners to say yes? Drop yes in the chat if you want to know. Let me see. Okay. Oh, we got a bunch of yeses. Now those are coming in fast. That's what I'm talking about. Those are coming in fast. I love it. Love to see it. All right. So hate to burst your bubble, but this is what you should be asking first, right? The real question you should be asking first is how to find the most profitable areas, right? A lot of people jump off the deep end and jump into this business, and they want to know, right, how to get the yes. But before they look at the right area, you have to know who your customer is going to be, who you want to serve. What's your customer avatar? For me personally, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm in Mississippi, small town, and my target customer are contractors, people that's traveling in for work. I have a oil refinery that's about 8 miles away, a power plant that's about 10, and a shipbuilding company that's about 10 miles away, right? So my target audience are workers that are coming in for those jobs, right? And I stay full. And it's because I target that particular customer. So if you're near a hospital, if you're within a few miles, that's going to be your target, right? Traveling doctors, nurses, things like that. So you want to find out, how can I find the most profitable area that's going to make me the most money, right? And then like in this slide here, what if you can predict the income? So you need to know, okay, once I find the most profitable area, how much profit, right? What if you could predict that? Step 1, this is what we do. We analyze the market first. We're going to analyze the market, right? Most importantly, data-driven decisions. We don't want to make a decision based off of what we think or how pretty it is or anything like that. We want to look at the data. How many Airbnbs are in the area? What are they charging per night, right? How often are they booked out? There's websites like Mashvisor, AirDNA. Those sites, you can actually look up this type of data to see, what's the average, what's the range, right? We want profitable, not perfect. Right? It doesn't have to be in the perfect location. with the perfect pool and the perfect view. We're not worried about that. We're worried about what's going to make the most money, what's going to keep the heads in beds the most nights, right? Most people are like, oh, I want to charge 200 a night. Everybody else is charging 150, and you only get 10 reservations while everybody else is getting 25. They're booked up for the whole month. You only booked up for a week and a half. And no, that's not profitable. Have a strategy when getting into the business, right? Have a strategy on how you're going to get your next unit and how you're going to, keep that unit full. All right. So step two, locate your space. This is what we want to do next, right? And this is what I recommend to a lot of people is it's a lot easier to get that yes when you're going to owners that own a single family home, a small apartment complex that might have 8 units, 12 units, a duplex, things like that. Because normally there's one owner. These type of properties can be found on these rental websites, Trulia Rentals, Zillow Rentals. A lot of these rental websites, they have properties on there like that. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a gem. Here's a gem, right? One thing you want to do is build a relationship with the realtor, right? When you build that relationship with the realtor, now you guys have, a lot of you that follow me, you've seen I put out a pitch script, right? Telling you what to say and how to say it, how to get the yes. Instead of you making those phone calls and talking to the owner or the landlord, you teach your realtor how to have this conversation for you. And the cool thing is you don't even have to pay her, right? She gets paid by the person that's leasing their property out. They get a commission, right? Because most of these people, they'll list their property on these sites, and if that realtor finds them a renter, they get a fee. They get a commission paid to them by the owner, right? So we don't have to pay them. So it's free. Now you got somebody that works for you, that's marketing for you, that's having that conversation, telling that homeowner, hey, I got the perfect tenant for you. It's a company, they're a short-term rental company. I've never seen somebody take care of people's property as good as they do, and they would be perfect for your property. And like I say, they operate a short-term rental business, so they're constantly, they keep your property clean. You're able to, go in and look at your property. If no one's in the unit, it's just a lot more transparent. And you teach them how to pitch to the owners, and they get those yeses for you and bring you properties. And the more you scale, the more properties you get, the more they get paid. So now they have an incentive to make to strive for that yes. So I just want to leave you guys with that gem. That's a great way to get started, great way to find more units and to have someone work for you without even paying them, right? All right, so why wouldn't owners do this themselves? Most of them know nothing about the short-term rental business, right? They know nothing about it. It's not because they haven't thought of it. They've thought of it, but they don't want to deal with, learning something new, dealing with, something every, someone staying a couple of nights, every 3 nights, whatever it may be. They just got in it as a buy and hold situation. They bought it, they renovated it, or they just leased it out. They want that regular 200-300 profit, and they're looking for the equity to go up over the years, right? They bought it for 50,000, 100,000, and they want it to be worth 200,000 in a couple of years. So that's all they're looking for. They're not looking to get into the short-term rental business, right? All right, so this is why I say focus on owners, because it could be a lot easier for you to get into a new property, right? Sometimes you can't avoid property managers, right? Especially if you're going with an apartment complex, you can't avoid them. So you have to have that conversation with them, but just know it's a lot easier to get that yes when you focus on individual owners, owners that own a small apartment complex. Small is anything that's 25 units or less, right? They might have a building that's got 3 sections and 25 units or less is considered small. So you're normally dealing with one owner that's invested into it, and it's a lot easier to get that yes. And realize this, they need us. We don't really need them, right? They need us to keep their units full and to make money. We have so many options, but the more their unit stays vacant, the more money they lose. So consider that. Go in there with confidence that you guys need me to book these units, to rent these units out. If you go to a 100-unit apartment complex and they're only 60% full, then they're losing a lot of money every month. So now you know that conversation is going to come across a lot easier when you go in. You say, "Hey, I'm looking to grab 3 to 5 units. How many do you have available right now?" So just remember that they need our help. We always want to get written permission, do it the right way. If you got to add a lease addendum to where, that lease might state that you can't do certain things. If you want to add that addendum to say, "Hey, we're allowed to do this, book on list on third-party booking platforms," then get that written permission, have them sign it, add it to your lease. You have your copy and you're good to go. You're in the clear to start. So that's going to be very important. Step 3, build a team. So remember I said you're asking for 3 to 5 units. Once you have those units and you're starting to get bookings, they're furnished, everything's going good. Now it's time to consider to start bringing in a team. And now, I have VAs that work for me full time. That's how I'm able to be on this call now, where I guess they're messaging now. They answer all my inquiries. They confirm the reservations. They assist the guests with whatever they need. I get guests that they can't find the trash can, or they don't know where the garbage bags are. They can assist them with all those things. They also talk to the cleaners, make sure that they send in the previous photos, before photos, the after photos. They make sure that the laundry's, picked up, clean, brought back, everything like that. They keep track of the inventory, which is so important. A lot of people forget about that cost, but there's a huge cost with inventory. Whenever you're running out of something, if you got 6 guests and you have to leave additional toilet paper and paper towels and washer pods, the washer and dryer pods, things like that, that can add up over, if you got 5 or 6 units, 8 or 10 units, and you're trying to resupply all of that stuff, that fee adds up a lot. So here we go. Stage 4, you want to stage your space. And this is going to be very important because, like my girl Stephanie here, one of the mentees, she went with a theme unit. And it was risky, for me personally, I wouldn't book this place, but she stays booked out, right? There's a lot of families that love this type of space. They want their kids to have a great time. A lot of people that have families and kids, they travel for their kids, right? And for them to get away. But for the most part, it's for the kids. So she gets this unit booked out. She's able to charge a premium because it's special, right? Airbnb loves the uniqueness, so they push it out a little more than a traditional listing. Same thing with the other 2 mentees, right? Their themed units are booked 20% more because they're unique. They're set up, in a special way. This unit right here, this is the only unit in the house that's set up like a themed unit. The rest of the house is normal, but she promotes this room. This was a good way for her to save money and get more bookings. Is to push different angles of this unit, this Mickey Mouse unit, and she's in Florida. So that's what's great about it. So definitely consider themed units. All right. So here is one of my units here. I had to put some reviews on here because this is one thing that's it's gonna drive reservation. It's gonna get more people to look at your listings. Most people, me myself, before I book a unit, I go look at previous reviews. I want to see what guests ran into. If they say, "Oh, the owner never responds," or they're very slow to respond, so I need to know if something goes wrong in the unit, I'm not stuck. The owner's going to respond to me, right? They want to know if it was clean, if the communication was good, what's the accuracy of the listing, all these things that you see in here. So you can kind of see I have great reviews because I focus on those type of things. That's what's going to drive reservations and make you more money, right? And here's some hacks, right? If you're going to do a theme unit, pick a theme unit. That's going to make you a little extra money. Electronic locks. So one thing that I have access to that I give a lot of people, a lot of mentees, people access to is there's an inventory spreadsheet And there's another thing that's a worksheet that tells you if you should tell an apartment yes or no, right? Because if an apartment tells you that you can't have electric locks or you can't have a doorbell camera, things like that, then it's an automatic no for me, right? I asked them, can I have a lockbox? Can I hang a lockbox on the door? They say no. I said, okay, well, you know you're not going to deliver a key to the unit and drive up there and give the customer the key every time you have a reservation. So this is not going to work. And most of you want to operate remotely. So you have to have electronic locks to be able to change the key lock. Can't change the keypad. You know, if you got a regular key and you can't change the keypad, you know, the previous guest might still have the same code. So you can't have that. You need to be able to change those codes. So that's an automatic no. You got to walk away from it. Even though they told you, yes, you can do it, they won't let you change it. You got to walk away. Right? Smart TVs. Y'all always want to have smart TVs. I like doing just internet, no cable, saves me a little bit more money. And then you can add additional freebies like soap, shampoo, coffee mints, things like that, just to give a little gift to the guests for staying in your unit. And that just helps drive those 5-star reviews. So here's the truth behind cleaning fees, right? Cleaning fees, they provide freebies. We just talked about that. They lead to 5-star reviews. The cleaner your unit is, client has no issues, towels are clean, sheets are clean, more clients book, because you got to remember, they start telling everybody, that the unit is great, that it's super clean and it's awesome to stay here, and they definitely want to come back. So that's really the truth behind what these cleaning fees are about. So here we go, looking into multiple lines of credit. This is going to be great for you guys, right? Some of the things I want you to focus on is when you talk about funding and you need more money to furnish these units, here's some great things to know about some banks. Chase has the 524 rule. If you've gotten 5 credit cards within 24 months, don't apply for Chase. They'll automatically decline you, right? That's on the personal credit cards. Amex, a lot of you guys didn't know this. You can apply for 5 cards in one day. Why would you do that? Because if you're planning on scaling, if you know you're getting 3 to 5 units, not only would it be easy to hit those reward points, but now you can get a couple of business credit cards and furnish your unit 0% interest for 12 months, collect a ton of reward points, things like that, right? Citibank doesn't like increase. Barclays doesn't like increase. So if you have a lot of inquiries on each bureau, don't even try to apply for them, right? You'll automatically get denied, right? And also, you want to establish a relationship with smaller banks and credit unions. They're normally privately owned. They have a lot more benefits. The rates are so much better, and they're a lot more lenient with their approvals, right? Most credit unions have lines of credit or personal loans. When we go for lines of credit, we want to shoot for business lines of credit. Those are a lot better. And if you get denied, call the reconsideration line, right? And not only that, a lot of people don't know that most credit card companies only pull from one credit bureau. They normally don't pull from all 3. So, for example, Discover It has a 0% interest for 15 months. They pull from TransUnion. So check your credit score tonight. If your TransUnion is 680 and all your other scores are 650, then you have a good chance of getting a great rate with a great limit on this type of card because your TransUnion is higher. Citibank pulls from Experian. They have this promotion, 0% interest for 12 months. And the Chase Business Inc., another great card, 0% for 12 months, pulled from Experian. So definitely check those out. All right, here we go. Step 6. List your property. Remember, I said you want to start on Airbnb. It's going to be the easiest for you, right? Description sell and photos sell. This is what's going to get people to click on your listing. The more people that click on your listing, Airbnb notices that in the algorithm, and they'll keep you towards the front because people love to see what they see in your photos. Here's an example of a good listing, shows about this space, and they gave a short little paragraph, some bullet points to where it's very easy to read, to tell them all about what's going on around and inside the unit. And then this one has nothing, right? Doesn't tell you anything. Very quiet area, relax. That's nothing for me. So most likely I'm gonna keep scrolling. I'm gonna click past that. Same thing with a good listing. You want your hero photo, which is that main big photo. You want that to be, an excellent photo. Like this is a collage, gives me a clear picture of a lot of the unit in one snapshot. Right? I see the reviews, a lot of reviews, almost 5 stars, and I see the rate, 128 a night. Now here they are, terrible picture, lights dim, door wide open, and the nightly rates way higher, right? And it's got less bookings. So now I don't have a lot of information to go off of. And to be honest, for me, I wouldn't book this property. You know why? Because they left the front door open. So in Mississippi, we know we got mosquitoes. So if I see this, I'm like, oh my goodness, they done let a whole bunch of mosquitoes in. And you know what? I'm gonna be sleep at night, and I'm gonna be fighting mosquitoes. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be itching all over the place because they decided to take a picture with the door open. But yeah, that's one thing. That's things I pay attention to, and that's why this is a bad listing. All right, so definitely pay attention to that type of stuff. So step 7 is gonna be 1 through 6, automate and duplicate. Right, you want to automate the process, duplicate it, and that's going to lead you to scale and to make more money. Right. So tell me this, because you see these 7 steps working for you. Drop a 7 in the chat if you can see these 7 steps working for you. I'm gonna wait. I see you. Come on. Okay, we got our first 7. All right, that's 5 more 7s. There we go. All right, here y'all go. Y'all good. Y'all keep dropping them 7s. I love to see it. Nice. All right. So would you guys like exclusive access to my exact system to start a 6-figure Airbnb business? Drop a 1 in the chat if you want exclusive access to the 6-figure Airbnb business. Okay. We got some action takers. Nice. I love seeing my action takers. Look, that's what we came here for. We want to get on the path to financial freedom, right? We want to be able to have a 6-figure business of our own. We work for ourselves, right? So here we go. Would you guys like to get started tonight? Let me know, because I'm ready. I look. We just put out another 10 successful people. I'm ready to do it for you guys as well. So I want you guys to get started tonight. So now, after this call, we might do a few calls with a few people. Power call right after this webinar, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. So this is what you're going to get when you guys join me, right? When you guys join with me, we're going to get quarterly coaching calls, right? You get 1 year access to quarterly coaching calls, right? And that's at a $10,000 value. But tonight only, $497. That's what it is. $497, guys. All right, quarterly coaching calls, lifetime free refresher course. So I go in, and as more information comes in, the course that you have access to is constantly being updated. More and more material, more and more great information being added. And we even add a lot of times units that are already available as turnkey Airbnb units, right? And I'll tell you more about that later. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. All right, so 1 year access to the private community. Today, once you grab it at $497, you'll get access to that private community as well. And then now, secure your listing training. This is that pitch script you heard me mention. This is going to help you know what to say to these homeowners to get them to say yes, or to these apartment complexes to get them to say yes. And that value there in itself is crazily amazing, right? And remember, it's $497 tonight. You're also going to get, this is the course, over 20 hours of training videos where modules and lessons where I'm breaking down and walking you through. Look, I put weeks into putting this together for you guys with all the information I know, all my experience, how I've been able to scale and grow. And this is definitely going to help you guys be successful in this business, right? You also get the 5-star Superhost formula. Learn how to almost guarantee 5 stars. Remember what I said, 5 stars drives more reservations, which increases your revenue, right? And remember this, I know you guys are thinking about it, but we also have that 3 payment option as well. So that is available to you. And we're going to drop that link. We'll drop that link so you guys will definitely be able to join there on the course. All right, so next we got if it's okay, I definitely still want to add more value. I feel like I got more to give you guys. So I would just put the link up. You guys can go ahead and click that link and join up with us, because like I say, and one thing special that I want to do for you guys, for everybody that does join tonight, is once you're about a quarter to halfway through the course, I want to do a free consultation with you guys so I can make sure you understand the information that I'm going over with you. Right? That's very important to me that you're successful with this, that you understand everything that you're learning. Right? Because one thing that when I ask questions like, "Hey, what do you wish your course had?" What do you think was missing? I did have some questions about when you said this and when you said that. So that's why I try to make sure that I'm one of those mentors that make myself available, of things that you purchase and that you learn. So that's one thing I felt like that I needed to add that people were requesting. All right, so here's that extra, y'all. You guys asked for it. DIY credit program. Of course, the better our credit, once our credit's A1, I can show you guys how to get all types of funding, personal and on the business side. So I'm adding that in right now for you guys. The DIY credit show you exactly how to remove those increase. Remember what I said. A lot of banks want to approve you if you have a lot of increase. So increase late payments, charge off collections, it's all in here. Exactly how to remove all those type of items. Also going to add the how to start your Airbnb with zero out of pocket. Right? You're spending 500 with me. It's only right I show you how to get into this with zero out of pocket. You know what I mean? It's less money you have to spend. I mean, most people, it's information is the way to, get the things you want in life. You have to have all the details, and that's how you save money, right? How to train your staff. I'm going to put that in as well. Once you do get to three to 5 units, you're going to want a team. You're going to want to not be answering calls at 11 in the morning, at 12 midnight, things like that. So I got that in there for you guys. We got the furniture punch list in there. This is going to be great for when you first get your unit and you're not sure if you got everything you need, because it's going to be so important that as soon as you get your keys, your units is ready and up and running within 5 to 7 days, right? Because time is money. We don't want to be trying to furnish our listing 2 weeks in, and then now we only have a week to 2 weeks to get reservations because it's time to pay rent again, and you haven't made any money yet, but you spent out a bunch of money. So remember that this is going to be very important. All right, then we got that cleaning closet checklist. Remember what I said, inventory can cost you a lot of money. So you want to make sure you have everything you need and you properly, have the amount that you need as well, because that can cause bad reviews if you run out of something that the client that the guest might need, and they try contacting you like, "Hey, I'm missing this, or this is not working, or you ran out of this," and then they leave a bad review. Somebody else sees it and they click past your listing. We don't want that. All right, we definitely don't want that. So I'm gonna drop that in there tonight as well. Also, we got the Airbnb automation formula, $14.97 value. Today only $4.97, or you can pick the 3 pay option. It'll be on that confirmation page for you guys. You can definitely do that as well. All right, so when you invest today, this is what you're gonna get. So what you're gonna get, I put the breakdown over here for you guys. What we just went through: lifetime access to the mentorship community, lifetime course updates, access to the live monthly meetings, the furniture spreadsheet, the cleaning closet checklist, zero out of pocket formula, 5-star host formula. It's so much, guys, so much value in here. And I kind of wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a simple video and that was it, right? I wanted to give you guys as much value as I could to make sure that that wasn't just it. You know, we need more than the video. I want to make sure you guys are successful. So tonight, get started. You know, if you say yes to everyone else, when are you going to say yes to yourself? You know what I mean? They ask you if you want a large instead of a medium. Like, hey, I know it's probably a bad example, but I'm just saying, you at some point you have to step out on faith, you know, take a risk on yourself, invest in yourself. Look, before I got started, and you know, I scaled to 31 units at one point, and I took 2 mentorships before I got into the business, before I got my first unit. It's because I didn't want to lose money as soon as I got started. You know what I mean? I already pay a house note. I didn't want to go out and get another apartment or 2 apartments and not make money, because I can't afford on my own to pay three notes, right? And I'm sure you guys can't either. So I needed all the information up front before I got my first unit, before I got started. It's going to be so important that you have that, right? So that's going to be very important that you know you have that detailed information, that you don't just go in there blindly. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm only $500, $497 to get this, and you can lose $500 on your first reservation. Because what some people don't realize, and what I've been getting calls all week, and last week I got a call, said, "Hey, my guest called and complained, and they actually refunded them their whole stay, and they stayed the entire reservation." It's like, what? How they do that? Well, they said that I had a toaster. I didn't have the toaster oven that I had in my listing. Like, what? A toaster oven? Yeah. So what you guys don't know is, if you guys listing is inaccurate, that's cause for Airbnb to refund the guest, no matter what it is. So if you got on your listing that you have a toaster oven, and they get there, and then the last day they try to use the toaster oven and it's not there, they can call and say, "Hey, I specifically stayed here because I like to make toast in the morning, and I finally got my bread. I got up to make toast, and they said they had a toaster oven, but it's not there, and I feel like the listing was deceiving." Right? It's inaccurate. The information was inaccurate on their listing. Is they don't have what they said they had. And sure enough, Airbnb, they normally side on, not on the host, but on the guest side. So they just lost a $600 listing, right? And a simple training could have prevented that mishap, that mistake. So it's small things like that that can cost you money. You know what I mean? I show you how to make money with your cameras, your doorbell cameras. Like, we just charged, we had 4 reservations where the guests smoked in front of our unit, and we have no smoking signs. So we were able to screenshot those guests smoking in front of the units. We charged $250 for each person. It's an extra $1,000 we just made just off a smoking fee on top of the reservations, right? So I can definitely show you how to make 3 times, 4 times, 5 times the amount that this course will cost you. Grab it now, guys. The link's right there. I appreciate all of you joining me tonight. This was so awesome. Like I say, I will see you guys on the other side. Make sure that when you grab the course, that you schedule your consultation for when you're a quarter to halfway through, and we're going to get on a call. I'm going to answer questions for you and make sure you're successful in this business. So I appreciate you guys joining me tonight, and you guys stay blessed and be successful.